So I'm currently printing out one of my worst photos ever, which was actually hard to find because I don't take many selfies when I feel like absolute crap. But the purpose of this photo is to sit by my computer and let it print out here. Remind me of how important your health is and to be happy when you have it and to enjoy feeling what I quote as normal. But it's good to feel normal when your normal is like whoops, just dropped it. Your normal's good. Be grateful for having, be grateful for having your normal be not painful. There are people who have their normal be painful. People with chronic pain, chronic injuries. Like, I don't nearly think about, or I mean, we just don't think about it. Like, we don't think about, wow, how bad could our life get? Well, I'm very glad that it's not there. It's like not a pleasant thought, but like on the other end of it is we don't allow ourselves to necessarily feel the gratitude of it. So this little image, oh yeah, it's a great image of me. On top of it, remember, health comes first, and it's the foundation of everything. Be grateful and never neglect it. So this image was when I was at UMass, and I went in one day to the UHS, University Health Services, and I just looked at it. I'm like, I feel so bad. Can I get a COVID and strep test? So she comes in, like, oh, my face just like, I literally had gone through 3 boxes of tissues in the course of 2 days, and that was before I bought the ones with lotion, so it hurt. Like, this whole area was just rubbed off. And I also had the brilliant idea of, like, when it was rubbed off, I thought, what if I use liquid Band-Aid to, like, try to act as a skin barrier? That stuff stings. It's so painful. It was so painful, man. It was one of the stupidest things I did. But still a little sick, but this is a different sickness from that one, but it's got me thinking about it. Never use liquid Band-Aid on skin that's been worn down so much that it's like insanely painful to touch, because there's like alcohol or something in there and it stings. But anyways, I was at UHS and she gives me the COVID and the strep test, and then I'm waiting there for 20 minutes. She comes back, she's like, you got them both, honey. I'm like, I figured that out. Like, I just felt horrible. I literally had both COVID and strep at the same time. It was really bad. It was absolutely horrible. And I just basically sat on my beanbag at home, like at my apartment off campus, for a week with just a water bottle and boxes of tissues. And all I could think is, I'm gonna have to make up all the classes I'm not going to right now. Yeah, college sucks. At least some parts of it do. At least being sick does, which is remind yourself life's pretty good when you're not sick. Anyways, also talking about sickness, I seem to forget this, but like, it just happened about an hour ago. My favorite part, at least one of the parts that like you're not sick anymore, is after your ears pop. Like, I've had it, so like your sinuses are all swollen, and you have like a pressure in your ear, pressure in your sinuses. You don't realize it, but like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days later, after you initially get sick, get this like little popping in your ears, and it's the pressure going down in your sinuses. And to me, it's like the first day of spring where you come out and you see a flower, or the air just smells a little bit different, and like I can almost smell now. But it's like one of those signals of things having changed and your health improving is the popping of the ears, because it means the pressure is going down. And once that happened, my mood just went like, I got a lot happier. I'm like, it's over. because I haven't slept that well for the past couple of nights. Um, Last night, that was fun. I woke up, made the mistake of blowing my nose, which then started a nosebleed, which lasted for about an hour, and I just took a tissue, folded it upon itself, stuck it up in my nose, and was lying back to like stop the tissue from just filling up with blood. And I passed out, and I woke up about 3 hours later, and I was like, okay, I take the tissue out, I blow my nose again, and it starts bleeding, like, so bad. Wasn't my worst nosebleed, though. That happened during COVID 2 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Where my nose bled for 5 hours. I lost an insane amount of blood. Like, this is on top of dropping 15 pounds over the course of 2 weeks. I think it was 9 days into COVID or something. I dropped an insane amount of weight just due to not eating and feeling like crap all the time. But my nose started bleeding one time and didn't stop. Now, what I did, my nose just kept on bleeding. So I remember my uncle telling me that he once got his nose cauterized. So I'm like, I go to the hospital. I'm like, the emergency room. I'm like, can you cauterize my nose? And she's like, we don't do that, honey. I can give you like this little clamp thing. So they charged me for going to the emergency room when I wanted to get my nose cauterized to stop the bleeding. And all they do is they give me this little foam clamp that like pinches my nose. And yeah, it didn't work that well. It took like another 3 hours before it stopped. But because even though the nose was pinched up here, what happened is it all just went back through the sinuses down the throat. And I was telling the doctors, I'm like, I've swallowed over like 16 ounces of my own blood. He's like, that's not possible. I'm like, it's been bleeding for hours. Like, I was physically nauseous due to the amount of my own blood that had gone back. Oh, it's just disgusting. But like, I didn't have any photos of that. Like, I didn't take any photos. I wasn't like, oh, let me take a selfie right now. This is what I do have. This is COVID and I got COVID twice. That one sucked. But this is COVID and strep. The COVID in this one's a little worse, but the strep made it suck. But this was only a week. The other one was 2 weeks. But I mean, can't really tell from the images, but my eye is like, I'm so out of it. But I am very happy to be where I am now. Anyways, if you got an awesome story about being sick, or you want to just brag about, I don't know, say you got sick and it was worse than one of my stories, and you want to brag about that, do it in the comments. Peace out.